White people don't want to live around ratchet black people.
But at what point in time do we say, no, we have control?
I hate serving black people. I'm sorry. I hate it. I be trying to defend y'all.
Yes, you read that right. People are getting sick and tired of the black people, and it's majority black people sharing the sentiment and speaking up about this. When I saw this trend happening, I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, what, really? There's a growing section of black people that are tired of other black people and calling out the bad behaviors. Thankful, because I'm tired of people saying that it's racist to do so when it's not. These people that we're talking about, myself, and I'm sure even yourself, are just tired of how black people are acting in the streets. And on the flip side, of course, we're going to talk about people who are not on board with this black fatigue thing. In this video, we're going to discuss just that, this rising trend of black fatigue, people who are supporting it, people who are against it, and everything in between. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe. Without further ado, let's dive right into this video.
Black fatigue. This video might make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be made. There's a growing sentiment, most recently, of individuals who are proclaiming they do have black fatigue. And you don't have to be a non-black person to have black fatigue. What does that phrase actually mean? Essentially, black fatigue is a growing weariness of the actions of the quote unquote black community. But it goes deeper than that, because we are in 2025 now, and we are being judged based on the content of our character and not the color of our skin. But the interesting part is, the lie that's been sold to the black community in particular is that the color of our skin dictates the content of our character. That's why in the black community, sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, you are acting white, when they're talking to someone like myself who doesn't act the way most people would expect a conventional black person to act.
Completely accurate. All my life growing up, I was always called an Oreo, talking white, acting white, just because I didn't fit into the confines of having a black personality and fitting in with black culture. Are there some things I resonate with? For sure. But just because I like rock music, just because I like riding my skateboard, just because I was hanging out with white kids doesn't mean I hate myself or that I'm acting white. It's like, you want to scream freedom, you want to scream equal rights, but you don't even allow your own community to have equal rights and freedom within their own personalities. Everything outside of the norm of black community is acting white, talking white, listening to white people music, eating white people food. It's like, to a certain point, you're tearing down yourself. And this black fatigue, like he also said, it's not just black people who are experiencing this, everybody. There's a growing sentiment now of people saying, enough. I'm completely tired of this narrative that black people are actually different in the United States. Are there some injustices out there? For sure, that we need to be fighting? Yes, but it's not as bad as people are out there making it seem. Again, it goes back to the N-word video discussing how the priority list of what to be outraged about is not lining up, and we're constantly making ourselves viewed as the victim, and we're oppressed, this, that, and the third, and everybody's just sick and tired of it. I think it's the same reason why when it comes to this 12-foot bronze, if you look at this picture, this is a 12-foot bronze statue in Times Square of a black woman with a smug face. Why do we need this? It says here, the statue features a plus-size black woman that aims to challenge traditional ideas of representation in public monuments, according to Times Square website. Why? Why do we need this big black woman in Times Square to challenge what? Like, why? I'm tired of it. Everybody's tired of it. When we take a look into what the left is saying versus the right, the left is talking about MAGA is having a racist meltdown over the statue of an overweight black woman, sparks discourse, inspiration of internet hate, brings out the worst of the right wing. It's like, have we not learned that just because you're in opposition of something does not mean you're automatically racist or sparking hate? Are there some racist people out there? Yes, it's always going to be a given, but this is deeper than that. The right saying, 12-foot statue of plus-size black woman graces Times Square, woke plus-size black lady sculpture, overweight black woman touted as contrast to monuments of white men. It's the reason of why that sculpture is there. Everyone's tired of this woke performative BS. We don't need this elaborate large black woman in Times Square to contrast the white monuments that we have out there of actual people who did stuff in the United States instead of like a random black woman. At that, the whole the choosing of putting an overweight woman and you know, trying to harp up this idea of body positivity, at that, if we want to really back it up and challenge them, what is a woman? What does the term black woman even mean anymore when these are the same people talking about a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man? None of it makes sense anymore. It truly doesn't. But if you like the way this is broken up and how you can look at a story and see what all the different media outlets are saying, the left versus the center versus the right, look at different headlines, and be sure to tap the link below. It's going to appear here on the screen to sign up for Ground News. Ground News is an incredible sponsor. They're also a mobile app and a website that takes a story. It's like a news aggregator. it. It takes a story and it shows you everything that everybody's saying about one topic. That way we can get a lay of the land and figure out who's saying what. Additionally, this isn't just for the United States. You can go up here to this top corner, tap US edition, and hit international, UK, Canada, Europe, so you can always get the news that matters to you. And speaking of getting the news, my favorite spot on this website is called Blind Spot, and it's a section of the site and on the mobile app that shows you everything that the left isn't talking about but the right is, and on the other side, everything that the left is talking about but the right isn't. Because unlike ground news, whether you go to a CNN, ABC, or Fox, they all have their own narratives, they all have their own biases, but ground news, there's no bias. It's all right there for you to see where a story lands and who's talking about what. So an example right here, Labor Department, hundreds of thousands of Biden jobs were fake. Left isn't talking about this at all, but the right is. Definitely a story to look into and see what jobs was Biden talking about in terms of creating. Because what we do know is that he was talking about, oh, Biden, we created the most jobs in the United States. You didn't. Those are bounce back because everybody wasn't working during COVID, and now COVID is gone, so everybody's back to work. So we understood and knew that that was a thing, but this is something to definitely look into because the left isn't talking about it at all. And let's see, something that the right isn't talking about at all, but the left is, newly proposed bill lead to ban of all online in the United States. I'm wondering, that's kind of interesting because the right is very much more so the religious party, the very much, you know, not wanting that. So I'm kind of curious why the right isn't talking about that, but the left is. Another story that I should definitely be looking into, but it's because of ground news and tools that they have that allows me the access to look at these things and see what I'm not being shown. So again, if you like ground news and the way all this is laid out, be sure to tap the link below. It's going to QR code here on the screen. They're giving you 40% off the Vantage plan, which is the one that I use now. It comes out to like the price of a coffee a month. Totally worth it so that you can always see the news through a clear lens.
Black fatigue is real. Everybody is tired of black people, but it's two specific types of black people that everyone is tired of. Number one, everybody is tired of loud, ghetto, and ratchet, and violent, and mean, and angry all the time. Everybody is tired of them. Nobody wants to deal with them. Even other black people do not want to deal with these people. You know when you see them in public, you know when they're going to give you attitude at the CVS. Everybody knows it and they want to avoid it.
You already know. We already know who these people are. We've shown clips of them. It's the people you see on like Cold Blue Cam and like the security cam and body cam footage. It's majority always the black folk just acting a fool, looting, shooting, criming, you know, pew-pewing. You go to like the Miami. Oh, I'm sorry. I love Miami. I love me down some Brickell, some Wynwood, but taking me to Miami Beach, no. It's too hood. It's too ghetto for me. I can't do it. I can't do the ratchetness. The ratchet behavior. That's who everyone is getting tired of.
Is this sort of like fake black bougie intelligentsia who kind of like walks around telling everybody how they're supposed to think or speak or act when it comes to anything black. These are the most privileged black people in the world. These people have built enormous platforms and have so much money, and yet they are still perpetual victims all the time.
This is a more so like Oprah and Michelle Obama on stage talking about the gripes of being a black woman. Now, I'm not gonna write off their history, their story, and how they were raised, because that was valid. They were born and raised in a time where these systemic things were actively in effect and against them, but they also rose through it. They also became millionaires, billionaires. They also became the American dream and showed that no matter what color skin you are, you can achieve anything you want to achieve. And all of us who are heavily melanated, we are our ancestors' dream, and we can achieve anything we put our mind to. And it's these same people that are, it's like the black elite leftists that still perpetrate this idea of we are victims. We still have a lot to fight for. And it's one thing to call out the past, but it's another to act like we're living in that. And we're actively not. I can't achieve anything I want to achieve. There's nothing a white person can do that I can as a black person. It's played out and it's fake. It's fraudulent. It's like the Mike Lamont Hill dude talking about when we were talking about the N-word video and him going off on that tyrant of like, do not say that, yada, yada. Bro, that's so out of touch. That's so weak. It's just ill. It's fraudulent. This attitude and this snootiness of like, oh, yeah, black people have it so bad, even though you're clearly doing something and making a name for yourself. That's not true, and people are tired of it.
All they ever do is lecture white people about how to talk to or about black people, and then they lecture other black people if they don't talk or think or speak in ways in which they approve. Black fatigue is real. Everybody is so tired of both of these groups of black people that they don't know what to do.
It reminds me of that one book, The White Fragility, the Ibram Kendi person. What's the dude? Al Sharpton? Is that his name? Yeah, Reverend Al Sharpton. Yeah. I always get him and Al Roker confused. Al Sharpton, those type of blacks. Just get off the screen, please. Please. We're over it.
Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash. White people don't want to live around ratchet black people. And black people don't want to live around ratchet black people. I mean, it's nothing like going to the Walmart on a Sunday morning and then you see the bonnet crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere, in every aisle, unattended, and that's anywhere you go.
And it's so sad because I would bet money you watching this video right now, listening to me right now, know exactly the type of people that this man's talking about. Whether it be at Walmart, your local gym, the school, a university, it doesn't matter. We all know the type. It sounds horrible. Like the type of blacks that this guy's talking about. And no one wants to be around it. It's such a meme. My friend just moved into a community and he's dealing with living around black, and he's black. He's dealing with living around other black people, and there's such like the stereotype, and it's so sad because it's like, why are we fulfilling? Like, stereotypes exist for a reason, and he's having all this trouble with black people on the street, and it's like, why? Why is that such a meme? Why is that so real?
What? They're highly emotional, highly sensitive. You can't say nothing.
Nothing.
You can't even smile and hold the door for them because they'll look at you like you're crazy. And always the victim of something. Either you stepped on a shoe, you looked at them wrong, you told them good morning. They're never happy, they're never satisfied. And you wonder why normal, good black people move out of the hood as soon as they start getting successful. I was one of those black people that said, man, if I made some money, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna buy up this, buy up that. I'm gonna support the community. As soon as I got my money, I got the fuck up out of there. Because they don't know how to appreciate good shit.
They don't. It's like throwing more money into a school system isn't going to fix the children. It's the culture, it's the parenting, it's the home. It's like you can't bring a horse to water and make it drink. Like these black people, it's so deep rooted. It's so culturally relevant of needing to raise our children, needing to make active change within the community. And money isn't going to solve that, nor is pouring back into your community. Will it help some things? For sure. But even then, just because okay, for example, if you give a homeless person a nice house, are they going to automatically respect it? Are they going to take care of it? Or are they going to trash it? You know? So it's a fortunate truth.
My suburban kids don't need to be dealing with that bullshit. Crab in a barrel mentality. Never take accountability for nothing. So yeah, black fatigue is a thing. And I'll tell you, a lot of people are fucking tired. They're tired of dealing with these kind of people on a daily basis. I mean, I get anxiety when I walk inside of a mall nowadays. I mean, because you got these YNs running around and they don't respect nothing. So I don't care what anybody says. White America is tired of you, and we are too.
Yeah, I mean, this is a crazy video that I'm making right now. Like it sounds crazy on paper, but when you actively look into it and understand the nuance of like what's going on in America, not even just America, if you're European, let me know below if you're experiencing the same things, but there's a collective resentment against black people. Even back again to the N-word video of Shiloh Hendrix raising all that money. People are fed up. They're tired of it. They're tired. They are sick and tired of black people being the victim, but also being the perpetrators of some of the worst factions of our society. This isn't saying that white people are perfect. This isn't saying white people never do anything wrong, but it's always a oddly amount of majority black folk acting a fool wherever you go. And it's sad because no one wants to hate black people. I don't hate black people. I just dislike the black people that are actively making bad decisions against themselves and their own interests. It's like you think you'd make better decisions for yourself in order to advance in this world, get the money that you want to get the house that you want to get, buy all the nice things. You can do that, but you can do that from a right way. And playing the victim, you know, screaming and crying, acting ghetto, acting ratchet, that's not gonna get you the things you want to get. And if you want a clear example of this, really all you have to do is start watching those body cam videos, whether it be Code Blue Cam, Midwest Safety, Daily Dose of Crime. That's all I watch, guys. It's so good. Oh, it's so juicy. But half the time, not even half the time, majority of the time when you see black people getting arrested, they're acting a fool instead of just like complying with the officer. They would be fine. And something that they always do in these videos is scream, "I can't breathe," which has been happening since George Floyd, but like clearly you can breathe. No one's even touching you. But I digress. It's just unfortunate that this is even a thing happening.
Since everybody's talking about black fatigue right now, how black people are basically fatigued with the ghetto-ness that goes on in the black culture, I wanted to point out what my black fatigue is, because I definitely have black fatigue. And no, that does not mean I'm tired of all black people. That does not mean that at all.
Right.
What it means is I'm tired of a select group of black people. I'm tired of the low accountability within the black culture. All right. So this is my black fatigue right here. This is where I'm tired. I'm tired of, very unpopular opinion, I'm tired of when people want to go out and protest and you know, lose their minds over these, you know, cops on brothers and stuff like that, which it should not happen. But I see zero care, zero concern when all of these brothers in Chicago is clearing out parks full of brothers in.
This was my first realization when I went to a Black Lives Matter rally, because I was a firm believer, and I mean, obviously Black Lives Matter, my life matters. Yes, it is wrong that, you know, there are the rare cases that a black guy is shot down by or harmed or killed by a police officer. Yes. But why does it take that to happen for us to run to the streets, act a fool, burn down businesses, raise money for BLM, the whole nine? But nothing happened when we got the YN spraying up the parks. Let's keep it a buck. That is frustrating. It's inconsistent. It's hypocrisy. You're screaming and crying in the streets over one death from a white man, but none for a black man. If a white cop shot me, be hashtag Amir Odom. If the black community shoots me, it's just crickets. Why? That doesn't show other people that they should pour into us. If we're not even showing that we care about our own self, then why are we screaming in the streets that we matter when we don't act, again, like they matter? It is saddening.
I see no protest for that. Instead, I hear music about it. Each one of the names that lost their lives, I hear them in a song. And then you know what else I see? I see the brothers and sisters rapping that song in the clubs, yelling that song in their cars, talking about unaliving each other. That's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of the select outrage. I don't want to see a protest until we protest black on black crime.
And bringing that up isn't deflecting. This is such a valuable point to be making right now. It's selective outrage. Why are we mad at one white person doing something to a black person, but never other black people doing anything? At that, we're promoting it by always listening and highlighting these music videos and the music and in the clubs. What are we doing here?
We can sit here and point the finger and say, yeah, but they made us listen to this music. They pushed this music in front of us. We can sit here and point the finger all we want. But at what point in time do we say, no, we have control over our own culture? When we turn the radio off, we hear that song, but like, nah, I don't listen to the new songs at all. That stuff pops up, turn that off. It's straight evil.
Yeah.
I'm only 29 years old. I'm not a YN. You know what I mean? I'm not unk yet. I'm probably right there in the middle.
Which, shout out, pause. I'm glad that man said that, because shout out to Jake, because he's one of my editors. He helps me put together these videos and surprise me with these TikToks. He be calling me unk, and I'm not unk. I am big bro, if anything. I know I'm not a YN, but I'm not unk either. I'm right in the middle, and it's big bro. I'm 29. I'm not unk. Thank you very much, Jake. Anyways.
And yes, yeah, they're pushing this to us, but we're listening to it. That's the thing. We're engaging with it. These execs, they understand whatever they're engaging with is what we're going to push. So if we didn't engage, if we didn't show it no love, you know what they're going to do? They're going to change the narrative.
And it's clear, to that man's point, when black people rally together, we get things done. Obviously, a community of this size, whether it be like a community getting together, it's clear it can make waves, make different changes in the culture, make something trending, make this dance this, whatever it may be. Imagine if we took that energy to apply to our own community to help advance the good ideas that come from it. Instead of bullying someone for acting white, instead of promoting all this harmful music, instead of being selective outrage and being mad at this, but not being mad at the laundry list of 100 other things that are way more worth being mad at. What would happen if we actually pay attention to these things that are actively harming the black community and made changes changes to be better. Because we have the power, we have our own individual freedom to make the choices that we want for our own lives. We don't have to be a victim. We can get rid of this victim mentality and realize, wow, I am responsible for my life. I can take power. I can make these decisions. We all have that within us, but at what point are we going to activate that and do it? If we don't, we're just more people just be getting tired of black folk. And I don't blame them. A lot of people don't. I'm glad there's a lot of black people stepping into the plate making these videos and talking like this, because it's not self-hatred. It's not like, I want the best for the black community. It doesn't make sense. It's frustrating being profiled. It's frustrating being viewed as like, oh my God, she's black. I wonder what's going to happen. And yeah, those things are frustrating. But at the same time, it's like, damn, how are we acting in the streets? At some point, we got to take our own responsibility and make the changes for ourselves.
And in all honesty, I hate serving black people. I hate serving black people. I'm sorry. I hate it. I be trying to defend y'all. It's really it's not even a hit or miss at this point. It's like you just have to have good luck. For real.
Bro, she's tired. She's tired. I feel it. I used to be a server at Buffalo Wild Wings, and it was so real. I'll never forget, because I started as a host, and then I went to serve. And I'll never forget, like, even the white and the black servers would come up to me like, Amir, don't sit me with them. Don't sit me with that black family. Don't sit me with this black person. And I've always thought to myself, why not? Until I became a server. And the worst tables to sit, the worst people to wait was always black people. It's so sad. It sounds horrible to say, but it's my personal experience. It's her personal experience. A lot of servers out there can attest to this. I'm tired of serving black people. It's unfortunate because we fought so hard to be served equally with other people, but now we're to the point where how we act, we don't want, like, the servers don't even want to serve you. You act a mess, you act ratchet, you make a mess of everything, you don't pay attention to your kids, you don't tip at all, you're rude, you're needy, everything's cold, portions aren't too big. Like, and even growing up for me, I hated as I got older, I hated going out to eat with my mother, because she always would either send food back or would want to leave, go to a different restaurant, or complain about this, send a dish back, this, that, and the third. Was always unhappy, making mean faces. It's like, why the attitude? It's embarrassing at this point.
Because as soon as you ask for plastic utensils and strawberry lemonade, oh, I know I'm getting like $3.
Lemonade.
I already know I'm getting like $3. It's so bad. Especially the women, the older women. I just never, I'm not gonna say I never have good experiences, but like, it's not likely. Like, literally, for example, I had this couple, but her man wasn't black, her man was like Asian or something, right? Girl, immediately she had an attitude. It's time for them to cash out. He comes up to the register. She goes outside or whatever. He's giving me his card. She's watching us outside of the window, y'all, like a hawk. Bitch, I don't want Ricky Tan. Respect.
Her voice, it just screams, just like, I'm sick and tired of these black folk. A lot of servers are, a lot of people are. Let me know in the comments below if you're a server and you feel the same way, or you've seen the same thing where, like, again, I'm also not saying white people haven't acted bad either. There's white people who don't tip. No. If we're just looking at the trends of different races and how some people act in restaurants, listen, I got my experience growing up, and then also got my experience of being a server, being on both sides of the aisle. A little while, and servers sharing their opinion, y'all in the comments below, it is excessive.
You know what's weird? You using the term created by a black woman to be racist and complain about black people. That makes no sense, and you're using it incorrectly. And then you're yelling, we don't need your permission to use it. Nobody said you needed anybody's permission. At least use the word correctly.
Okay, to this lady's point, I have seen kind of like, I guess, the original black fatigue, and that was this exhaustion of being black in America, being tired of existing in this racist, white supremacist society that's always against you. I have seen that as like the OG black fatigue, but now it's been flipped to no, it's literally black fatigue, tired of black people, instead of tired of being black. Because in reality, one has more weight than the other. There's no reason for you to like really hate your skin color and be tired of being black in America. You're not a victim of anything. You're literally a doctor. Come on now. Whereas there is a true tide of black people because of the things that we see in the society, on all the crimes, the lootings, the robbings, the shootings, we can go on and on. That's the real black fatigue. This one that we're talking about in this video, that's the real one. Not so much the original statement, but I will give her credit in that, like, yeah, it low-key has been flipped.
While also trying to steal everything we fucking do. Cut it out. Black exhaustion, or what is it? Black fatigue. You're not using it like you think you're supposed to be using it. You're not. You're this. The cognitive dissonance that y'all have, that y'all constantly display, is astounding, and it needs to be studied. Because how are you using a term to be racist? Like you're literally proving the point of the term, why it was originally created.
Low key, yeah. Like, because black folk are tired of being called racist, tired of being called a problem, this, that, and the third, and tired of being viewed as wrong in society. But it's because it's reality. I don't know how else to put it. Like, it's not even about being racist. It's not racist to look at data. It's not racist to look at trends. It's not racist to see, why is Walmart and Target and Walgreens shutting down all their stores in the hood? That's not racist. That's just like actual data there to show blacks don't know how to act. I'm so sorry. Like that. I'm just being honest. I really am. I'm trying to be real, transparent. It's like, it's why this whole video is a thing now. This real black fatigue that people are feeling. They're tired of not being able to call it out like how I am. And I'm trying to do it in the most respectful way possible, because, and some people don't believe that, but it's like, I genuinely do not hate myself. I don't hate being black in America. I love my existence. I love who I am. I wouldn't change it for the world, but it is tiring being viewed a certain way because most black people don't know how to act. So yeah, there are people still against this idea of black fatigue, and they're mad that the name has kind of been changed, but it's, I don't know, what can you do?
White people have co-opted the word black fatigue to mask racism and say racist and prejudiced tropes about us.
You can't pause. You can't sit here and ignore all the black people talking about black fatigue. It's not just white people using an excuse to be racist. No, there's actual black people talking about this too.
I figured I'd make a video to describe my white fatigue, my white malaise, my white exhaustion. FYP shows you what you're looking for. So if you're saying you're opening TikTok and all you're seeing is brawls and fights of black people, look within. Because why are you searching for us? Why are you monitoring us? You guys have the biggest monitoring spirits of life. If you're so tired of us, just leave us alone. I'm tired of white criminals. White people commit 70% of the crimes and arrests in this country. No such thing as black on black crime. You guys created that to continue to paint us as savage.
Yeah, white people make a majority of this country and they make a majority of the crimes. But if you're looking at the types of crime, if we look at the top 3 worst crimes, it's disproportionately people who look like me and you, sir. That's why I hate polls and I hate numbers. It's like everything can be twisted. But if you look at things with nuance and for what they are, they show different metrics and signs. And what you see is, you know, a good majority of people who look like me and you make up the top 3 worst crimes out there. And I don't want to say them because of YouTube, but like, just think of the worst 3 things you can do to somebody, and that's what most black people do. It's the harsh truth. And when you're looking at all these videos online, yeah, you can be constantly fed these things. The same way back when I was on the left, I was fed more videos of black people interacting with the police. However, like, you don't see white people acting a fool as much as you see black people, even if you're going out there to hunt for it. Yeah, there are the occasional videos of white people acting a fool in Walmart or in McDonald's, but like, don't act like it's majority, not us.
Just meanwhile, you guys are the ones committing all the crime. I'm tired of kids not being safe in school because people are being shot by white boys and girls in school. I'm tired of mass shootings.
I'm tired of black kids not even able to go to the park in their local community. Why are we pointing the finger at, you know, a rare school shooting when there's a shooting every weekend, sir, in our own neighborhoods, in our own towns, and in our own communities, which is supposed to be uplifting, right?
In public places. I'm tired of bombers blowing up races, blowing up buildings. White people killing people. I'm tired of white serial killers. I'm tired of you guys praising white serial killers and then glorifying them by making movies and TV shows. White men committing crime and not going to jail. Stealing money from people's grandparents and stealing money from citizens, and then you give them more and more. I'm tired of you guys causing the conditions for people not to be developed around the world or undeveloped and then label them as third world countries, second.
I'm tired of black folk just not keeping it real. I'm tired of black folk always pointing a finger at white folk instead of looking within. I'm tired of black folk talking about, oh, why don't you quit bombing buildings? Sir, be so for real. Look in the community. Look who is the biggest perpetrator against other black people right now. Little black children can't even go to a park.
I'm tired of being exposed to food that's been seasoned with air and imagination because these cows and chickens didn't have to die for no reason. I'm tired of Karens not minding their own business, and then when confronted about the business they didn't mind, then they have white tears, which then cause harm to white bodies, which then predicates police brutality, which you guys are the ones that perpetrate.
I'm about to crash out. I can't. What is this man talking about? I'm just at a loss for words.
Tired of the fact that your grandparents and your great-grandparents caused the conditions for black people to live in ghettos, black people not to own homes, black people not to have access to education, access to funds and programs, and then blame us for living in the ghetto and then blame...
I'm in a home I bought. I know a lot of black people are in homes they bought. I know a lot of black people who work, made something for themselves. Millionaires, billionaires. They work. You have to work in this country. Are there horrible things that were done to black people back in the day? Yes. We are not living in that day. We are an answer to the dream. We can accomplish literally anything little Timmy or Daniel can do around the corner. There's nothing stopping us from doing anything we want to do. I'm so tired of this narrative.
Blame us for the violence that we are subject to and then blame us for the conditions that we live in.
The violence that we're subjected to. Jamal coming out. What violence are we subjected to that's not on our own? And now there's an excuse for why we act like this? Because woo! It's our fault. Not our fault. It's white people's fault while black people are acting like savages in 2025 and shooting up and harming themselves.
Wow. Story after story of teachers having inappropriate relationships with their teenage students. Tired of the white hoods and KKK and the neo-Nazis, some which just got attacked in Ohio because they felt entitled to be openly racist. Really confused and tired about those rock concerts where you guys go ahead and beat each other up, but we're savages. Very savage, uncouth ghetto behavior. Beating each other up for fun at concerts.
This man is not comparing a mosh pit. At least, how about this? I'll give that to you. Can white people act rowdy after a game and they go ride in the streets? Yeah. Can they mosh at a concert? Yeah. But if you want to look at a mosh pit and you want to look at a ride in the streets after a game, it's all out of fun. It's all in celebration. When you look at black people in Chicago looting all these businesses, Louis Vuitton, Apple, Lulu, that's not for fun. You see black people shutting down every black club because it always gets shot up. That's not for fun.
Opioid crisis. I'm tired of white middle-class men who are criminals who all they care about is the bottom line, and they willingly put drugs into the system which kill kids and which kill college students. Wow. I'm tired of seeing overweight people in my 600-pound life not doing anything with themselves and living off the government.
White people make up majority of the country, therefore there's a larger amount of white people who are on welfare. But when you look into like the amount of like our population of whites versus black versus who's actually on welfare, what you'll see is that there's more black people on welfare compared to our total population. Both statements are true. There are more white people on welfare and there are more black people on welfare. It's just a matter of what that more is. In totality, there are more white people receiving a check on numbers wise, yes. But per the population, there are more black people that are dependent on it. And best believe I have a video coming out soon talking about EBT cards and all the food stamps and it being used and taken advantage of. So much more to come. But this man, he done pissed me off because I'm so tired of black folk playing the victim card all the time and not taking any personal responsibility and making all these false equivalencies just to further, I don't know, this like black pride, woe is me, I'm a black. I can't. This needs to go. Why do I do this to myself? Niggas like this piss me off. I swear to y'all. They really do. Let me take a deep breath before I read this. Racists are more outraged by our response to their extreme behaviors than by racism itself. I'm gonna read that again. Racists are more outraged by our response to their extreme behaviors than racism itself. What is our response? Is the response to act ghetto, to act ratchet, to act a fool, to loot, shoot, crime, murder? Is that our response that you're talking about? Now they're coining terms black fatigue to deflect from the truth and combat our justified outrages. as if speaking out in defense of a child is something to be ashamed of. I guess this is referring to one of the cases. They want to be racist without being labeled as one. They gaslight, project, and they play the victim while accusing us of doing the same. It's ironic because I would say look in the mirror, and this man is in the mirror. They gaslight, project, and they play the victim while accusing us of doing the same. Sir, that's black folk in a nutshell. Talking about using terms like black fatigue to defect from the truth and combat our justified outrages. We ain't got no justified outrages. Look at everything wrong in this society. Not completely everything. But when we look at the most heinous acts, and the things people are tired of, the ghetto-ness, the ratchetness, just the ugh. It's typically us acting a fool in these streets, and none of it's justified. Oh my gosh. I can't. Something ticks me. Something really just pisses me off about people not owning responsibility for themselves and blaming and giving tribute to someone's wild actions just because of our nation's history or something that happens when you're not outraged by something else. Again, like the other black dude said in the beginning, you mad at somebody saying the N-word, you're mad at this one white cop, but you're silent on our own selves. You're silent on the black community. You're silent in the street. You're silent on every damn thing that affects this community, and you only want to speak up when you can play the victim, or you be like, oh well, this is our response to their extreme behaviors, this, that, and the third. We're going to the next video. There
was a white woman who has now since deleted her video talking about black fatigue and how she and the rest of society are so fed up with the ghetto and ratchet behavior, the entitlement, the victimhood. Her words, not mine. Couple of things. One, black fatigue is a real thing, but it's not what that lady was saying. Black fatigue is the emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by the daily stress of living under systemic racism and its consequences. So the black community has black fatigue due to the oppression they've lived under in this country since its inception.
Take your white ass on somewhere, this white savior, a Captain Save a Whole complex somewhere else, because literally you have it so twisted that what the black community thinks is, listen, you want to care about black voices, you want to promote black voices, listen to all voices, okay? Are there some people that are saying, black people saying, yes, this is a problem, this is so bad, the real black fatigue is what matters, I do feel like a victim in society? Yes. It does. But you're not doing this nation a service by not highlighting and talking about the sheer amount of black people. You just look up the term black fatigue. It's mainly black people on TikTok and Instagram talking about how tired they are of other black people. So as a white woman, maybe do your research and look at all sides of what black people are talking about, even if it makes you pissed off. And then it's serious about, well, the black community faces this, and that. Shut your ass up.
It never ceases to amaze me how little most white people are willing to look at the true history of this nation and understand that while they personally may not have owned slaves or lynched black people or used black babies as alligator bait or conducted experiments on black people or operated on black women without pain medicine because they didn't think black women could feel pain, they are still benefiting off the society and systems that made those things possible. Racism is deeply rooted in this country from the beginning. We stole this land from the indigenous Native Americans. We brought black people to this.
I'm about to throw this chair. There's so much to unpack. Okay, stolen land. No, it's conquered, okay? There's such thing as conquering land, okay? The land that I'm on right now is mine. It's my property, my land, okay? I don't care who was in the past. We've all been everywhere in the past. People talking about, what it's the indigenous lands. Girl, they were fighting each other for land. It's just conquering. It's not stolen. It's not, it was taken. It was conquered. Like, this is mine now. I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. Bringing up all the history and all the harmful things that have been done to black culture and the black community, yes. But damn it, I'll be 30 years old this year. 30 years old, and I've not once have been approached or had an opportunity out there that I wasn't able to get because of the color of my skin. When that's not, I can't say the same thing for my grandparents. I can't say the same thing for my great-grandparents. We are in a different America, so let's appreciate that, relish in that, and take advantage of that instead of playing the victim and want to cry about every damn thing that happened to our great-great-grandpappy.
We ripped their families apart. We have maligned, maimed, and misused the black community since the first ship arrived on the shores of the United States. Do you understand how hard the fight has been to get even a semblance of equality in this country? And now...
What? I'm literally like... What equality? What don't I have? Tell me, what don't I have? What equality am I lacking? Am I striving for that I just do not have in this country in 2025?
What little progress we've made is being undone by this administration. Trump and this administration has made people like that woman and the many racist commenters on that post.
You're not gonna talk about all the black people that agree? You're just gonna ignore that?
Feel comfortable to speak so publicly about their racist views and feelings. Because, spoiler alert, nothing will happen to them. Black people are questioned about everything they do, even if they're just walking down the street. Until this country as a whole accepts responsibility for how we were designed and built, this country will never see true equality.
This country will never see true equality as long as people like you exist, perpetrating this narrative that I can't amount to anything or I can't achieve anything or that I'm fighting through so many horrible things in this society just based off the sheer color of my damn skin, when that is not the case in 2025. It was for my grandfather, it was for his father, but not for me. I am, again, broken record here. My ancestors dream and can achieve and have achieved everything that they could only fathom of. Everything. And to sit here and say with a bold face that there's just so much that I have to fight for, there's so much wrong and injustices that are against me as a black man in America, and I have it so bad, blows my fucking mind. Ooh, it does. It really does. Well, that's black fatigue. I have black fatigue now. I'm just tired. I'm a black man that's fatigued. I'm tired. Them last 3-4 videos have stressed me out. Oh, I can't, y'all. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have black fatigue? Do you see what we're talking about? Let me know your thoughts. Stir up a conversation below, because I'm glad more people are speaking up and out against this, against the behaviors that majority black people are doing out here in these streets, whether it be the ratchetness, loud, the ghettos, the looting, the shooting, the crimes. We're tired of it. And the idea is, does it make you racist? What makes you racist is to sit here and assume that I can't amount to anything because of the color of my skin. When it's 2025, there's no law stopping me from doing anything I want to do. Anyway, I am going on tour this fall, which is so crazy to say out loud. I'm so glad it's finally out. The cat's out the bag. I can finally talk about it. Yes, I am going on tour. All tickets are on sale at amirodom.com. The link for that will be below as well. And as always, I hope that you are taking care of yourself, truly. Your health, your mental state, your body, everything about you. I hope that you're taking care of yourself and you're striving towards your goals and dreams, because there's nothing that can stop you but you. So I hope that you're doing what's necessary to lock in tunnel vision, focus on you and only you, to achieve that North Star and achieve whatever you set your heart out to do. And with that being said, I will see you, 1, in the next video, 2, on tour. But as always, thank you for taking the time, spending it here with me, watching this video. I appreciate you more than you know, and I will see you in the next video. Deuces.